So 194. Hey guys, Johnny Thompson here. It's nice and early in the morning. We got Roger Steele. We're gonna be nice, start off with a little iron testing with the new Quantums. Didn't want to jump right into the woods, so I'm gonna do you a favor.
Johnny, you a good guy, man.
You know, I'm always looking out for my friends. So we got the new Quantum irons. Two new features that you guys will notice when you see these, the new tri-sole. Got some relief on the leading edge. These are great for turf interaction. Roger's down into the ground, so I think he'll notice it pretty good when he starts testing these out. And then the new 360 undercut. It's a deeper channel, face is way more forgiving all across the face, especially when you start to get low. So you're gonna notice that ball speeds are gonna stay up on those low impacts. Launch will stay up, spin will stay where it's supposed to be. And that's a big thing with these kind of irons is we want them in the right window that, we're gonna test 8 irons. So we want them to look like an 8 iron in the sky, but I got a feeling you might hit these a little further than your CB.
Oh, let's see.
So let's establish a baseline with this CB, and then we're gonna get into the Quantum Max. How far do you normally hit your 8 iron?
I would say probably about 180, 185.
Okay, that's ridiculous, but all right, go ahead.
But yeah, probably about closer to the 180 mark. That dash strength, man, I'm still waiting for it to kick in all the way.
So we got 3 models in the Quantum Max line. We got Quantum Max OS, and Quantum Max Fast. As he hits through these, I'm gonna talk about some of the features and what player these irons fit. If we're being honest, Roger's probably not gonna play these irons. These are he's a little more advanced. But I think what you guys will be able to see is just how they separate from like a tour iron. So anybody who's looking for extra distance, I think Roger will give us a good example of what these bring compared to a tour iron.
A little floaty on that one though, but.
All right, so establishing this baseline, 85 it seems to be.
77,
okay,
so spun it a little bit.
Yep.
All right, one more.
That's good there. All right, so first up, Quantum Max. This iron is gonna be great for anybody who's looking for maximum forgiveness. That was 183 carry with his gamer. So maximum forgiveness, it's gonna have more offset, a little bit thicker top line. What we should see with these is a little bit more distance. These are the standard stock offering and shaft, so a little bit different than his telephone poles that he needs for his speed. But all right, so nice forgiving iron here. Players at home, this is something that where somebody wants to maximize forgiveness and wants a nice sporty look.
Now that was a little toey.
Little toey.
A little toey. They're a little shorter than mine too. Yeah. But man, this is a really good looking head. This is a player iron looking head.
Saw a little more draw there, so that the little bit of extra offset. You should see that with more offset is a little bit ball that wants to turn over a little bit easier. And eventually we'll get some numbers. So 194. So. Right now we're looking at about a 10-yard gain. Roger, tell me, as you're hitting these, we're hitting 8 irons.
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of know the 8 iron window that you're used to seeing. I want you to talk about that. If you feel like it's low, high, or where it's supposed to be.
But I'm just even looking in the so a good 8 iron for me is around 7,000. 7,000. It might dip just a little bit under that, like we saw right there. My first one was like 6,900 for the 183 shot. But I mean, these are still mid 6,000s, so the spin is still there. The ball flight was still penetrating, still in a very, very good 8 iron window, but it had enough spin to stop it. It was just 10 yards further.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important point for people at home. These aren't juiced up irons that just launch high and spin super low, and that's where we get the distance. We don't want to make irons like that because we want people to be accurate. And to be accurate, you got to maintain some spin. So lower CG, the face has a little bit more flexion because it's a thinned out face. You have that 360 undercut, it's producing more ball speed.
Yep.
The CG's lower, so we can get a little stronger on lofts, but that's why you're seeing like the window where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then we designed an iron that has proper spin. So first shot, he picked up 10 yards with basically his flight, his window.
See, and that was a little bit more spin. I hit that a little bit heavy.
Roger, you said you hit that one a little heavy.
Yeah.
Talk about that turf interaction.
But it just came in and out of there. Like
Yeah.
I normally, if I hit my, oh man, 195.
195, 6,500 on spin. That's kind of a forgiving iron.
Yeah, if I would have did that with my iron, man, the club would have stopped in the ground, you know? But
Yeah.
this one got in and out of there super fast.
All right.
That was a really, really cool shot.
One more with Quantum Max, and I want to get into this OS.
Man, Johnny, I might be. Oh no, man.
You break the internet with hitting 200-yard 8 irons.
Tug just a little bit.
Yeah. I just love that because this is an iron that has distance.
Yeah.
That had so much spin to
That
it.
did.
And you're still gonna hit it further than you're hitting your standard CB.
That's a good 8-iron trajectory right there.
So
I tugged it just a bit, but
great iron. All right, let's get into this OS because this one's this one's pretty juicy too. Come on.
yeah.
I mean, he said it. He did not hit that as good as he wanted to. That carried 193.
Yeah.
So we just hit 3 irons.
But that had a ton of spin on it.
Yeah.
Ton of stopping
So
power.
maintaining spin, that ball's gonna stop. He's picking up about 10 yards with Quantum Max over his CBs.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get in the OS. The OS, you'll start to see a little bit more offset, a little bit bigger
okay.
head, definitely thicker top line. This is such a great iron for anybody who's just like, hey, I don't hit it in the middle as often as I do all over the face, so I want as much forgiveness as I can get.
Foot slipped a
slippy?
little right there.
So Max OS, just like Quantum Max and Max Fast, we still have that tri-sole, we still have the 360 undercut, and we still have that face that's designed to be hot, but have proper launch and spin on all points of the face.
So I'm getting this one up a decent
Yeah,
amount.
I mean, some of that's, obviously the shafts being a lot lighter and softer. But again, this is a distance iron, and he spun that one at 7,500 on an 8 iron.
Yep.
Went 192 yards.
Yeah.
Great irons for anybody who wants a little bit extra yards. Roger's picking up like 10 yards so far, but he's still maintaining 8 iron-like flight.
But yeah, and the thing that I'm just super impressed with is just the consistency across the spin numbers. Because you would expect these things to just knuckle out there and you know just go a mile because you kill the spin, but these are still very, very playable. It's just a linear distance increase, which is really cool to see.
Yeah.
Not my best, but
All right, so not your best, but let's see how far that went. Because this iron's all about forgiveness.
yeah.
So we caught that a little on the heavier
A little
side.
heavy on the side.
190.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this, again, just super playable. Super
All right,
playable.
so Max Fast. So this is gonna feel like your kids' club here. So very light, the grip slider, the shaft slider, the head slider. This is designed for people that want to keep their head speed up. Again, 360 undercut, tri-sole, all those things that you're gonna find in the whole line of Quantum Max irons here in Max Fast.
It's like I felt the head lagging behind.
You did good to catch up. That's the player coming out in you. That was 202 yards. But talk about that spin.
It's spinning the same. These are the same spin numbers as my irons. Like, you know, mid sixes, getting close to 7. Yeah, that's 6,700 backspin. I can play anywhere with that. I can play anywhere with that.
We're gonna harp on this point. That is so important to have an iron that can be accurate. So we could design an iron that launched even higher, spun even lower, but you're not gonna be that accurate with it. So Roger's picked up about 20 yards with Max Fast, but he's still maintaining the same window, the same spin numbers that he gets out of his CBs.
Hey, this club kind of fun. The face feels unmissable, but the shots are very playable.
Yeah.
Yeah, another 200.
200 yards, 74.62 spin. So Roger's got some decisions to make.
I'm saying though, like, And the thing that I like about distance irons is the fact that when you get good spin rates, the whole game is I can do less work and get the same outcome. So it's not even like I will be looking for a 200-yard 8-iron, but to know that I could really focus on just quality mechanics and not lose any distance, that's so comforting, especially as people are trying to get better at golf.
Yeah.
It's just like working out in the gym. If you try to overload yourself, you compromise your technique. With golf clubs, when you chase speed, you compromise technique. Now you have a club where you don't necessarily have to chase speed. You can just focus on good sound mechanics and fluidity, and you're gaining.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the beauty of all of these clubs. And I don't think that it's even for necessarily game improvement players. It's for players that are just, that want to be more fundamentally sound, players that, want to compete at higher levels. This isn't just for just having fun. This is a real tool for you to get better at golf or stay good at golf, as you age or whatever the circumstance may be.
Absolutely. All right, so last shot here. I want to see how far you can hit an 8-iron.
All right, let's try to
So we're gonna let it out right here.
I kind of, what shaft is this?
It's a Vanquish.
We might, I'm just,
95.
Okay, I cooked it. So over swinging made me overspin it.
Yeah.
And it brought the distance back.
Yeah.
And it, like, to my point, like, you don't get a max distance club to swing hard because you kind of, you overpower the club and you don't let it do what it's designed to do. Some of my more neutral swings, like I saw 20-yard jumps, whereas if you overswing with a distance club, you could, you know what I mean?
You're putting a little extra stress on that shaft.
A little more stress.
In your technique's case, that's definitely gonna spin it a little bit more. So Roger Steele gave us a nice little example of what Quantum Max can do for you. He picked up 10 yards on average with Max and Max OS, about 20 with Max Fast. So anybody at home, head to PGA Tour Superstore, figure out which one of these 3 models are right for you. And Roger's got some thinking to do.
I really do. I really do.